obviously everybody spreads out. The bullet hit me in my calf, and you think that's like, oh, that's just an easy, you shake it off. But no, I have two arteries in your leg, and so when it hit two arteries, I started bleeding out pretty bad.
Wow.
Man, it was rough. Like when I got to the hospital, they said I only had about 26 minutes left to live because of blood loss. What was also frustrating before I went to surgery, though, before I even met my doctor, I was rolled into an investigation room and I was investigated and interrogated by law enforcement. And I'm bleeding to death, and they're asking me all these questions about why was I there, where was my gun, and I found myself like defending my innocence, and fighting for my life at the same time. And it was crazy that I was seen as a suspect first and a person second. That was really frustrating. But I made it through that surgery and just had to learn how to walk again, how to get back to some type of normalcy. I lost my job at the time, or I took leave from my job, lost my apartment, had to move back in with my parents, and my surgeries cost me I think $22,000. So it was a huge financial impact on top of the physical and emotional trauma, but I made it through. And in that hospital room and in my recovery, I started researching like what's being done on the issue of gun violence. And I found out there was very little being done. In fact, there was no law passed since the early 90s. And to see there be no political action or no change really kind of struck a nerve. And so that's when I decided I'm going to focus specifically on this issue and do all I can to change, fix this big problem.
Mhm.
And that's kind of where my journey started.